Well, I tore all that old rotten wood out of there when I found out that a whole sheet of new 18 gauge is only 60 bucks. That's what I went for. So I'll be hacking all my pieces out of that. 4x8 sheet, 60 bucks. The same as treated plywood. Bizarre. So I got this. This was cut out years ago, along with the frame. So I managed to get a piece back in here and welded, and I got that welded back up, which is bolted to this here. So that's all pretty solid again, as solid as a rock. It was flapping in the wind, so just in the process. I got one real heavy piece of 14 gauge to make the bottom, and the sides will just be 18, a bit thinner. I'm just in the process of beating some corners over it. Gave it a good score with the zip blade first, and then clamp it down to that piece of grater blade there and go for it. Start hammering. So I'll be able to bang these corners together good and weld them up, and then I'll bring the other sheet metal over top of this. This will be the very bottom that you're looking at right now. So yeah, more pictures as we go, I guess. I got that guy sitting in place. Nice big heavy tray. I blasted another piece up in there, keep the floor all level, tack it all back together. So that's structural again, nice and solid. I cut my first piece for one of the sides here. I'm just going to put a bend on one side there to go around the corner and drill a hole for that propane pipe to come through, and see what happens. Well, I got a few pieces cut and bent. Got them stuck in here and hammered into place. I'm going to have to trim up the corners just a little bit. That one's 1/4 inch, but there's nothing I can do. It got too tight and it overlapped down at the bottom just perfect, and so there she sits. I just got to make up one for the top. That'll be this piece. I'll put 3 bends in it and just make it tuck right in underneath there. Unless I put a frame under it and bring it up flush with that. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Pretty nice solid steel box now. It's welded right into the body of this part of the body now. It's so cool. Let's make that top piece. Probably bang that up tonight and sit it on there tomorrow, and I'll fire up the camera again. Alright, that piece is cut to size, bent on 3 sides. Wonder what it's going to look like. I'm going to need 2 hands to get that one. But that's the idea. Hey? Yeah, once that other side is hooked on there, it's going to be pretty nice. What are you doing? Can we give it a little bit of a push over? Yeah, not from here. Not like that. Well, I think I'm going to pack everything up and, oh, I better bring my nice new piece of sheet metal in. I don't want any rain or anything on it. It's too nice. Yeah. Well, when I set the top on there this morning, it was kind of because there was nothing holding it over there. So I cut a couple pieces and tacked them in there. That'd be a lot better. And last night I made up a little piece to fit in here. Got to hammer it into place there. That'll close that hole right up. Yeah, looking pretty good in there. Better than before. So I'll stick that on there pretty quick and weld her up. There. It's all welded together. Solid as a rock. Holy cow. Got a few more spot welds in there. So I had to push that part of it out so I could weld the top there. And like, I can't reach that far. So I'm looking around for something about that long, and here's the pipe that's used for the wheel wrenches. Standard equipment. And it just happened to jam right in there perfect. A little bit of a rubber pad there. And I was able to jam it right in there and push that over enough to weld her up. So, yeah. You can see all the spot welds around there. Alright, well, clean her up a bit, I guess. There's a bunch of residue in there and stuff. I'm not going to hammer that piece in there yet, still, too. So, get on that. And just like that, it's welded in there too. I still have to clean it up a little bit. But that filled the hole. No more holes. Still actually going to do a little piece up in that hole. I don't know if I'm looking at it proper or not here. But yeah, one more little piece up in there. Straighten that top edge out a bit. Well, I got it all cleaned up and some primer on it. Inside too. I managed to cap that little hole in there nice too. Hope that shows up. Yeah. And there you have it. All sealed up with a seam sealer. Inside too. Yeah. Right. There. Gave it a shot of that paint, so it's all protected and good. On the inside, I thought, what have I got that's nice and bright? So you can look in there. School bus yellow, of course. Needs another coat. My battery light's blinking. Wanted to get this box in. I'm coating the seams right now, upside down, let it drain in there. I blasted this with a bit of the asphalt and then oiled the whole thing So I don't know how that's going to show up, but you can see the oil hanging, drips. It's dripping on the ground. Loaded up the airless sprayer with the bar and chain oil and stuff. So under there blowing that in, totally rust proofing it. That's good. My batteries died and I didn't have any more, so I took one out of the clock. Thought I better get a picture of this before the last piece of plywood goes down. Found some nice 1/2 inch pink foam. Okay, nice. Good. I got a little message there for the next guy in 60 years. So I got that, and then all over it with the treated plywood. And I got enough to do that box there. So took that apart to bring the floor up to it. Take that big steel thing off of around the base of the shifters. I had to beat more of a dent in it. I needed 1 inch now for the foam and the plywood, so threw it on the grater blade and beat her out like that. The holes still seem to line up okay, so we're good with that. This guy's ready to go on the outside again. Get it prepped up with the rest of it. So yeah, nice stuff. Well, the nasty little self-tappers that I got before weren't much good. I set it down with the deck screws, but they're way too coarse a thread for metal and jiggling around. So I got these. It's got the big Robertson drive. Number 12s. 2 inch long. Self-tapping. Boy, do they ever suck it down. They're nice. So I've got up to the screw jar basically, and beyond there I had to go get another box. There's only 100 in them. Almost through the first box. I still got that whole back sheet to do, and the rest of this sheet here to do. Yeah, so definitely coming along. It turns out that foam is pretty nice to kneel on too. There we go, all screwed in. I kind of doubled up in the whole walking area. Oh, they show up pretty good on this. Got every last one in. Yeah, I had to go back for another box. The first 100 just started disappearing. I only got maybe 25 or 30 left of the second 100, so looking like around 170 screws. And they're all done. So, woohoo. Well, I stuck with it last night till about 10 o'clock. Got that framing back in. So, yeah, got insulation in the walls. I still have to do this wall, but that's next. Set the tank back in here. And the cabinet for everything. Oh, did I not push it before? I guess not. So, yeah, I just wanted a little quick zap at how many different levels and layers there are. How it all has to be cut to fit. In there's triangles. They had to be cut out too. Both sides. Oh, I guess this side doesn't have it. That one has both sides. Oh well. Nice snug fit. Will this one go? Not quite. Oh. Must be hitting something. Or it's just too tight. Well, pull them out, see what's hitting. Aha. Little screws, eh? Look up underneath there. Yeah. Sure enough. Little screws sticking out. So we'll just cut a little groove for each one to pop into, and that should fit pretty good after that. There, I got those cut, and then I found one more right there. So I'll cut that sucker out. Sits here. I should get the tripod, I guess. Ouch. Look at that now. That's better. Ugh. Probably didn't get any of that, but it fits now. Alright. Keep going. Looks like I have to bring in another sheet. That one's all gone. I still got 2 more sitting over there. So that should pretty much do it, I think. More than, which is good, because I still have to tuck a few pieces in there around back of the fridge and stuff, just to guide that a little bit. All right. Are we rolling? Yep, we are. This one's all trimmed and ready to go. Another one down. There we go. All insulated. Now I can clean up all my little cut-off bits. Oh, one more piece right in there. And then the bits around the fridge opening here. And then I can cut some plywood and finish that off too. Like birthday cake. Wonder if anybody's gonna see that again. Ever. Oh, there's a couple little. I'll put some more in there. Ah, screw it. That'll hold it down. Oh, look at that. Nice. Oh, I can hear air squishing out. Okay, I'm gonna weight it down. All the heavy stuff I got. What else have I got?
A couple of happened.
What else? That's heavy. Ooh, a jar of screws. That's pretty heavy. A couple of seat clamps. Press it in. Look, there's another crescent wrench. The floor still squeaks a little bit where it used to go kabungabung, but it doesn't go kabungabung anymore. So, yeah, that's a few pounds on there. Hold her down for the night. Perfect. Are we rolling? Oh, I believe we are rolling. Well, yesterday, or yeah, I guess it was yesterday. It's all a blur. I was going to start putting the board over, the paneling over this wall, and then I thought, well, when I go to put the table, what am I going to screw it to? Styrofoam? No. I've got a leg, a table leg, so that'll be good. But to stop it from heebie-jeebing down the road, I have to fasten it to the wall a little bit, something. So I took the foam back out and welded a piece in there. So now I can screw that good. Then I tore this cabinet out. It has to be cut down. I cut it down 10 inches, and that'll determine where the new wall for the bathroom goes. It's going to be right in about here somewhere. So that one determines that wall. But this one, the one that goes up in here, is determined, the length, total length is determined by this wall. So this wall has to be finished before I can rebuild that cabinet. The heater's all screwed back down. I had to cut a ½ inch off the top there because with the new floor and the foam we're ½ inch higher, so that's okay. There might have to be a little bit more fiddling around with the height of that. I'm not sure. That one has to be altered, a cover there. Got some cushions here for layout and measurements. I rebuilt that small cabinet above the table last night, and the whole thing weighs less than just that crappy cardboard stuff that I took off the bottom of it. This is the one that goes along the other side, on the driver's side. It has to be rebuilt too. It's still got the heavy old swollen crap. That's supposed to be 3/4 inch stuff, and it's swollen to almost 2 inches there at the top. Mold. Ew. Look at how horrible. That thing is about 40 pounds. The new one will be about 10. And be a lot nicer, cleaner stuff too. So, yeah, a conundrum. I can't rebuild this one until that wall is done. So I guess I'm gonna have to strip all that yellow paint off the ceiling still. I got some stripper. We'll see how that goes. I should get that done. Conundrum after conundrum. Huh? I got a big chunk of it stripped. Anyway, just got those few sections up in the front now to get the yellow off of. Still a few little remnants here and there, but not bad. I got some crap from Canadian Tire there. Put it on and waited the 15 minutes like it's supposed to. And didn't do nothing. Barely changed the color of the latex. And certainly didn't take it off. But this stuff, this is the shit. That peels her right up. If I wanted to get guck all over my camera, I'd do some action shots and slop it on there with a brush and it just starts bubbling up. It actually will fall off. Big sheet of yellow paint will fall right off. It's awesome. So, well, I might set her up on the tripod over there and get some shots. I don't know. It's not really that exciting. I'll get her cleaned up here. Okay, it was just looking kind of cool, so I thought I'd get the camera going maybe. Be careful I don't fall down the stairs here.
Daddy long legs getting bigger. So that's how it's done, without making too much of a flipping mess.
I do not know what happened, but we're partway through the busting process already. I looked over at the camera and it was off, so I don't know what the heck happened. Battery light's not blinking or anything. Oh, no, I got the hand. Oh. Now clear coat it. outside. Oh, that's a little bit.
Alright, I got this one rebuilt. One more divider piece. And once again, yeah, it weighs half of what the other rigging did. It just about killed me when it came down, and this is like an airplane wing. Nothing to it. Stomp, but light. So we're going to try and get it set up in there. Got got a 2x4 and a little ledge jammed up in there. So let's see. Let's see if we can set this up and watch. Alright, back in a sec. Prepared as possible here. Should be able to set this side up. Maybe lower on that side. Oh boy. Let's move that thing here. That might give us enough room now. Got to get in a big angle. Oh, that doesn't do it. Like this. There's my drill. Oh, she's squeaky tight. Oh, that's not going to work. I think we'll turn the camera off for a couple of minutes here. We save some batteries. I held my tongue just right. And it fit. I had to squeeze it tight on that wall a bit. Get this rigging up in here. Can we go over now a little bit? Like that? And this way? Like that? Holy cow, the old screw holes line up. Almost. Yeah, that's sitting pretty nice. Good. Those holes are all going to line up again. So we'll get her tight to the wall and then screw it up to the ceiling. That's a nice tight corner in there. That worked out good. All those little cardboard patterns that I had to make. Good. Get a few more screws in and I can pull my 2x4 support thingy out to there. Well, we'll see if this one goes any better. First time. First time around. Screwdriver on it, but I can't get my hand around the screwdriver. One more. That one's back in. Yeah, both cabinets are in. I got that wall just about done. Got one more piece to put on. Let's see if we can handle this stuff here. Zoom in there a little bit. Too close? Alright. Side drops. That's why. Okay, what else? Not too much. That's better. Must be. That doesn't look like it. Good heavens. Just a shitty screw, maybe. a couple more across the top. And that one's beat too. Well, I dare say the yellow is gone. I fired up that sander there, dual action with 100 grit on it. I might as well have rubbed it with toilet paper. Didn't do anything. Plugged the paper up. So I went and grabbed this guy, threw some 40 grit on it. That dug a little deeper. So went over the whole thing with that and switched up to 80. Just finished going over the whole thing with that. It's getting fairly smooth now. Got the rest of the walls here finished off last night. The one over in the kitchen area, I don't know if we can see that from here, but it's done too. On the walls. It's just a matter of getting the ceiling repainted, and then I don't have to worry about dropping paint all over everything else. I still have to strip this bit of blue off in the corners and that. A little bit more to do there. One bite at a time.
Oh, well, that's it. It's all sanded. 40,
80, 100, and I quickly over it with 180 just to level it out nice. And it did, and it is. This glass has got pretty dirty again. I keep wiping them off, but man alive, that's a lot of sanding. It's all feathered out and blended pretty decent now. There's no real rough spots or anything. I'll shoot a little bit of primer on some of the bigger metal areas. First few sheets really took it on the edge, burning the edges out because it's all concave. So I thought, why not put a couple layers of other ones, and it works really nice with this Velcro stuff. Then it keeps the center way higher. Well, 2 levels. Could even go more, but that seemed to work pretty good between that and holding it on its side. That's quite a stack of sandpaper. All burned up. That's 40 grit, 80 grit, 100 grit. Now a stack of 180. All burned up. That piece isn't too bad. Might keep that. Yeah. Well, get some primer on the bare metal. There. Gave all the bare metal a shot of primer. It'll swell her up. I think I'll do a little bit of stripping around the back there. Get that blue off. Won't be nearly as much work as the whole ceiling. But it's certainly not yellow anymore. It's like a palomino. Well, got that stripped off last night. Sanded down a bit this morning. Same as the door. Taking these brackets off. They're down there now. They used to hold up the top bunk when there was one. There hasn't been one for quite a while, and they were welded on good, so I just left them, but they're coming off now. Pretty good welds. Opa did in '96. What else is done? The whole ceiling is bare metal, is primed. Go have a look at that door. Trip and kill myself. Yeah, there we are. Set in the shadow. Yeah, so finish grinding that off and decide what to do next. Well, it's the first wall in. Well, it's really the only wall. The rest is going to be a floor in there. And I was wondering what to do about filling in a place like in there. Oh shit! See how the old ones are like that. Well, there was one left over because I moved. There was 4 and I only used 3. There's this one left over. All I had to do was nip about 1/4 of an inch off of it, and it was perfect. Stick it up there. I guess. Oh yeah, I moved this in closer to square it up. Okay. Well, I'll go nip it off. The angle's right anyway. Well, let's see if that's any better. Oh, that's nice. All right. We're gonna put one in there. Did you get, yeah, oh yeah, oh shit. Perfect. I got part of the bathroom floor area done, and I was going to start framing in where the bed goes. And I thought, well, I better get the kitchen cabinet back in first, because, excuse me, it'd be a real hassle getting it in this door. Totally. So, I guess I'm going to have to prime that wall and get that hole cut and get ready to put that cabinet back in. There we go. That didn't take too long. I only really need to do this area here for the kitchen cabinet to go back in, but while I was in the shed I thought I'd hit what was up, so there we go. First coat of varnish on the floor. I got 1 gallon with some blue and green in it, but where there's too much blue and green in it. I don't know how the camera's going to look in this light, but I think first coat better be just with the regular plain stuff. Does look kind of cool though. Now I gotta stay out of there for a while. Shit. I thought, yeah, well, you know, get this cabinet ready. So there was a board along here that was broken. So I thought I'd change it. So I made one. To get this one off, he had 3-inch Ardox nails along the bottom of it. Those great big spiral ugly ones. Holding it to that piece. And screws. This piece is all delaminated. It was all flapping apart. So I just dumped the wood glue, spread it open and dumped the wood glue down there and clamped it overnight. It's probably stronger than the rest of it now. So I can get that little 1x4 on there and maybe give this a shot of paint too. Clean it up, seal it. Well, the floor is pretty dry now. I got that last little bit of a pony wall thingy built there for a bathroom floor support. Just fiddling with fitting that piece in there and measuring it on the outside to make a pattern. And I primed and painted the cabinet, at least like inside the drawer here and where you can see inside there, up underneath the countertop itself, just to clean it all up and get all the old smells and everything sealed in. I had drying time for the floor anyway, so I thought I'd clean it up. Yeah, that was about it. So I'm going to put this drawer back in. The outside is 14. The back is 14 and 1/8. You wouldn't think 1/8 would make that much of a difference, but there's no way I can jam it in there. And it's done like that so that it doesn't slide out. So I got this off, 6 little screws, and I just thought it was kind of neat that you can see how black it was. All black before. I painted around that with a brush, Had a little bit on there. That was a long time ago. This thing has to go on the back. I wanted to get that drawer in before I put the countertop with the sink and everything in. Got that all mounted and sealed. Put the pump back in. The tank hooked up. Ground wire. And yeah, I put down a drop sheet so I don't grind a bunch of dirt into the new floor. Still have to sand it, put another coat, but keep it clean for now. Oh my God. It's cupboard door stripping time. I can't leave this old crap on there. It was like black plastic. It was like contact cemented to the door, and I couldn't take the black on dark brown, so I painted them red. It's better than black. That was 20 years ago. So I got some more walls up in there. I got the bed area finished. One door stripped down. This is all fitting. Finished off. I was going to cut that out of one sheet, and then I thought, are you stupid? Why waste a whole sheet when there's all those strips to use? So I just used strips. Hell with it. Made a little door for down there. Frame on it. And I left it wide open, so we had to put long stuff in for some reason or another, and still could. Little bathroom platform. And the bed area full of holes so the mattress can breathe. All the rest of the walls are all up and done. Just need cabinet doors now. Cabinet doors. Had to set that all in, screw it together where it was going to go, that bed, and then pilot hole everything, and then tear it all back out, and then do all the drilling outside, so I didn't have 17 tons of sawdust and big donuts to pick up. Speaking of bathroom, look what Dina brought home. Get these things off of there. A vintage porta potty to sit right in there. And I checked it out, it's never been used. There's still papers in the tank. So it's never been used. It's brand spanking new. And just the most hideous color combo that you could imagine. I love it. It's so 70s. It's gonna fit just perfect on the bus. Well, back to stripping the... At least it's cooler in here. Strip the rest of this off. We've only got 5 more to go, I think, including that big tall one. Here we go. And just to prove that it's not all fun and games, we'll do one. scuff all these up and give them a coat of satin black maybe. Don't mind dropping the hinges. They're easy to find. It's those little teeny screws that are not any fun to find. Although, with the old magnet, I'm sure we'd find them. Oh, loose on the corner. Warm it up a little bit. Set it down in some sawdust and start a big fire. Rip the filler out of that knot hole. I think I've got some other filling to do anyway. Holy. Pretty close to away. Side to release here. There we go. Oh yeah. There. Yeah, but now we gotta take it over to the grinder. No, 40 grit. It's not great. The contact cement wants to keep peeling. I think if I seal it good, patch the holes and stuff, we'll be fine. You can see holes where the screws came through last time. Oh well. Fill them too. Yeah, so lots of fun.